Hi shooters, welcome to the How to Shoot Straight channel. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. In this episode, I'm gonna help you how to achieve your ultimate goal of shooting straight. And one of the lessons is you have to join a shooting discipline, any kind. For example, would be PRS, F-class, SOET, rimfire PRS, rimfire F-class, FTR, target shooting, etc. etc. But today I'm going to cover FTR on this video. I'll cover more, but we're going to go one at a time. An FTR, it's for F-class. There's two kinds, F-open and FTR. FTR is caliber restricted to 223 and 308, and also restricted to 18 pounds and less than a quarter. You have to go check for details. I think it was a few ounces. Yeah, 8 ounces, something like that. Yeah, a quarter. But always, when you weigh your rifle, make sure it's half a pound less. So 18 pounds or 17 and 3/4, because every scale is different. And there's no standards for scale. So your scale could be calibrated lighter or heavier. Their scale could be calibrated lighter or heavier. And if your rifle weighs too much, you're out. You won't be able to compete. So you wasted your trip. But anyways, for F-open, it's not caliber restricted. I mean, it is in a way. You can't shoot 50 cal and 338. So you have to do some research about 338. I believe you can't. It's 7 millimeters. The bigger caliber, or 300 Winchester Shore Magnum is the biggest caliber, and some people shoot to 7 millimeters. Shehane and Winchester, and this one is restricted to 22 pounds. And F-class, you can't use a brake, so don't bother buying a muscle brake if you're new to it. F-class was derived from target shooting. There was an old target shooter called George Farquharson, and that's what the F stands for his last name. And he was too old to hold his rifle. In target shooting, you hold the rifle with a sling in your elbow, and you shoot iron sights. So because of age, he couldn't see anymore, and he couldn't hold the rifle. So he asked his match committee if he was allowed to use a bipod and a scope, and that's how it actually started eventually. So that's the history of F-class, basic history of F-class. If you already have a rifle and it's likely a hunting rifle or maybe a tactical rifle, so you can shoot the Hunter F-class or the Sporter, in some places call it, and some people call it Standard. You still can't use a muzzle brake for it, and everything has to be factory. You can have modification, like you can bet the stock, but you cannot put a different stock on. And you can modify your trigger, like hone it and stuff by a gunsmith, but you cannot put a different trigger on, and it will be called a factory hunting rifle. But if you have a tactical rifle, you might have to talk to your club committee and see if they make an exception for you. So, and there's no caliber restriction for that class. So after doing that, and you decide that you want to do the F-class, FTR, I'm going to cover FTR, so you can go F-open if you like, but FTR, you can either, if you don't have a rifle, you can buy one. You don't have to go to Hunter. There's two types of rifle you can buy. You can build one from scratch, a custom one, which is more expensive, or buy, the cheaper way to do it, my suggestion would be, and a lot of the shooters I know, would be buy a Savage 12 FTR. It comes with a decent trigger already, light trigger. You can change it if you want. Be a waste of money, but You can if you want to. It comes with a decent stock and a decent barrel. The barrel is described as a bull barrel, but it looks like a medium Palma profile. It's 30 inches and 12 twists. So the small problem with that is you can stabilize 155s for sure, but possibly, and very very high chance you will stabilize the 185 juggernauts, which is gonna be a really good bullet for a beginner, because the recoil is less than the 200s or the 215s or 230s, and has relatively high BC, and is very very easy to tune. That's the thing about it. Like, you can throw powder in it and just do whatever and shoot it, but don't do that, and it'll shoot straight. So you shoot that rifle for 6 months, shoot it for a season, shoot it for a year or whatever, 2 years, and you decide that it's time to upgrade. You can either buy another rifle or buy another barrel, and that's all you need. You can buy. I suggest the top three for me. My point of view is a Bartlett, a Krieger, or a Brox. But in Canada, it's easier to get the Bartlett and Krieger. Go for 30 inches. You can go 28 to 30, but you want the 30 for velocity, so you can reach 1,000 yards. The higher the velocity and the higher the BC, the better. So you can chamber to with the 2015 FTR reamer, and there is, I think, 180 thou free bore. Mine was 185, but doesn't matter. That's the ballpark. Some of them are 170 thou. Do it that way, and you can still shoot the 185 juggernauts with that type of free bore. And if you want to go, you want to be. Anyways, you want to try the bigger ones, more adventurous. Shoot the 200 hybrids or 220Xs, but the thing is your action might not be able to handle it, but you have to find out. So you can shoot that for a while too, and here's the second route. You can go straight to it, or do what I said. Like, I suggest to go straight to it if you have the money. It's gonna cost you more. It's gonna cost you maybe 4,500 Canadian dollars in Canada. I don't know how much they're in the States. You can buy a custom receiver. A custom receiver, that I would suggest. There's many you can choose from, but we don't have many choices here in Canada. But you can import them from the States. One of the top ones is the Borden BRM. A lot of people like them. A lot of gunsmiths love to work with them. They come with a really good trigger timing. Forgot the name exactly was. I'm pretty sure it's timing. Is where when you close the bolt, it's right smooth. Another of my favorite is the Bernard's Model P, and the Bernard Model S, which is the lighter version of it, and it's a 700 platform. And the Borden BRM is also a 700 platform. So those are really good. There is the Panda F-Class. It's aluminum and it's square, and it's a 700 platform also. But a few guys have problem with them. They have problem with the firing pin. So if you like it, you buy it and take the risk. I don't really want to talk down about them. It's just experience. And for barrel, same thing. Get a 30-inch barrel. Get the 170 to 185 free bore with the FTR reamers. Shoot the 200s, 215s, whichever you want to go. 10 twists for the 200s, and 10 twists for the 215. You don't want to go too fast of a twist. It's gonna torque your rifle too much, and it's gonna make it hard to shoot. But if you want to go 1 and 9, you can. And of course, 30 inches. I went for 28. I made a mistake. I should have went for 30. I really regret that. You want the velocity for 1,000 yards. I wasn't planning into shooting 1,000 yards.